Hello darlings, how are you? Welcome to the Curious Mind of Raquel Carter. So what I wanted to have this video be about is that I really want to talk to you about how I have been working diligently behind the scenes. And as many of you know, that I had been cast on the reality show Cottage to the Core. My name that would be on film is Cottagecore Mermaid. Now, I also want to bring you back to understand this is basically my first video, in the sense that now, yes, I have had my YouTube channel for nearly a decade, but what I wanted to do is change it up a bit. And that is going to be all about me creating the Carter settlement, okay? It was originally the English settlement, and you probably know this if you have read my blog for any amounts of time and knowing the reason that I changed it. Now, my previous name was English, so it was very fitting for the English settlement and what I am still creating to this day. Now, that was before Sawyer passed away and made his transition, which, you know, I created the non-profit organization, the Carter Settlement, in honor of my son Sawyer. Now, I love the English so much, and I love the Victorian era so much, I decided to live in it. And what I've been doing since, apart from healing and recovering from my son's death and working through all of my spirituality and my expansion through the healing process, I have encapsulated the English. Now, understandably, I am settled in America, okay? But I wanted to present this series for you as an ongoing process of me creating the Carter settlement. Now, beforehand, I had not desired to do that. And there were stipulations that you can't do when you're doing, you know, that I wasn't aware of, or things that I could not do being on a reality show. And so there's been numerous things that I've had to readjust and rework through, you know, contractually. Now, what I wanted to talk about is that I'm going to begin sharing videos of me. My dearly beloved Jeffrey Sean is going to be recording me on the episodes of things that I can't do on my own. Well, I probably could do them, but it would be a little bit more of a struggle. But because I've encapsulated the English so very much, that I really want to have the series be all about me creating the English settlement. It's basically Carter Village. And one day you will be able to arrive here on the estate, and you will be able to enjoy all of the beautiful elements that I have created through my own work, my own diligence, my own hard work of doing it by hand. And you will be able to visit the shops, the tea room, Mrs. Threadgood's English tea room. You will also be able to explore the gardens. We will have runner ducks, we will have sheep, we will have, of course, our chickens, we've got our bunny rabbits, our cottage bunnies, just like Beatrix Potter. We will have corgi dogs. We will have all sorts of animals, the kittens from the Tale of Molly Kitten. We will have all of our taxidermy little bunny rabbits that are in the cottage. They're up on the memory wall in taxidermy, beautiful cases. We've got Mr. Oliver Twisty Topsy already, and we've got Buckaroo. So they are in their little glass little chambers, and you'll be able to see them. You'll be able to see all of my the covers of my little storybooks that have been framed, and they've got little gold plaquettes in there. You will be able to purchase beautiful teacups, images of my books, my storybooks. You will be able to purchase my books. You will be able to purchase all sorts of just beautiful accoutrements that will improve your home if you desire to live a Victorian life as well, an English Victorian way of life. The Carter's Mercantile, where you can purchase all of the items that I hand make by myself and have other artisans that do it as well. It will be so spectacular that I'm so thrilled to bits about sharing with you. And I thought that it would be a beautiful opportunity to bring you along more closely into my life, because I believe it's important, especially this day and time in the world, in our big blue marble, that we really, really need to encompass and bring people into our environments if we wish to be a voice of reason, a voice of encouragement and optimism, and a way of knowing that there is possibility, although the world seems a bit chaotic at the time and the moment, that it's still possible to create a take joy life. And I really believe that. I'm really, really the ultimate optimistic, no matter what happens to us in life. And I've had very, very difficult things that could have taken me in and swept me up into a whirlpool, but I did not do it. And so I know I'm a walking example of, no matter going through a divorce with no money, having a child, lose a child, to being murdered, to not having any money when you left a marriage, and having to start all over, but you can do it. I'm here to encourage you and to show you that it's possible to do it, and that we can create whatever we desire in life. We just have to have enough gumption. We've got to have moxie, loves. We've got to have a bit of moxie, and it doesn't take much moxie. And I'm here to be the example to show you that it can be done, because I'm doing it. Now I'm in the process of it, but isn't that what life's all about? It's a process. It's not one done and then, you know what I mean? The episodes will begin. Everything basically is going to be, it is going to be an extraordinary version of, you will think that you've landed in the countryside in England. That's how English it's going to be. Now, not to big myself up too much, darlings, you know, I always like to be quite fun and playful in that sense. But when I'm talking about myself, you know, but you know what, darlings, it's important. If you don't big yourself up, no one's going to, are they? No, darling, they're not. So you should big yourself all day long and then some. It's a very, very appropriate in my atmosphere. In my environment, I am all for bigging women up. But what I wanted to say, let me get back to it. Good golly, Raquel. Razzie, what are you doing? Talking to yourself all day long. What's going on here? Anyway, what I wanted to say was, aside from being an author and an illustrator, an artist, and a bygone mermaid, I'm also certified in many, many areas. And one of them is historical preservation, as well as interior design. I have my degree in interior design, as well as the interior design with psychology behind that. So that is a very, very interesting. So all of these are going to fare very well in my wheelhouse of knowing how to do things and learning as I go, because I think it's important to really, really be a student of learning in life. Because what better way to become the greatest version of yourself than to take advantage of all of the gifts and all of the beautiful aspects of your life and the gifts and talents that you have been given from your great creator, quite properly. And I'm so tickled about that. So when you come to visit the Carter settlement one day, when everything is all spit, spot, and Bristol fashion, you will be able to experience this particular way of life. And I'm very excited about sharing with you all of these fun notions and exciting details about the things that I've done. And so these running episodes that will be on YouTube are going to be of me doing the different projects. As I spoke before, you're going to have the lovely Jeffrey Sean. He will probably be on video at times, but he is very, very shy. So there will be, you know, he's behind the camera. And I call him my beloved gardener, and helping to work on creating the gardens here, the English gardens. It will look very much like you've stepped into England, and would challenge anyone that is English, that is British, that they will want to visit this place, because it will be so indicative of the actual England that it will be quite a show. So I'm very happy to introduce that. And one of the first episodes is going to be, I'm going to potter around and show you some of the things that I have accomplished thus far. Now, it's not been loads of things, obviously, because I've really been working on my books, and I've really been working on my healing aspect of losing my son and my child. And that took quite a number of things to overcome, and understandably, right? Understandably. Also, you know, within the last 5 years, we've had loads of things happen in the world, you know, the chaos in the world, so to speak. And so my projects have been quite a bit slow, might I say, but I will show you a few of the things that I have begun on, and I'll also show you the process or the progress of what I've been working on for Scarlet Rose. Now, the inside and the exterior of the cottage, and the things that I plan to do as well. So I hope that you will join me in this voyage, and that you will be just as excited and as bowled over as I am to begin this series. There's one thing that's different about my channel, is one thing that I really want to embody this type of lifestyle. Now, the other thing is that I really am quite persnickety about the fact that I want things to seem very authentic. But I also want them to be not only authentic, but I want to be very transparent with you. Now, I think there's loads of people that are authentic, don't get me wrong, but I think that there's an element of an elevated factor when you come to my channel, because the embodiment that I want to teach women especially is that I have created my fairy tale life. Now, you might not see my life as fairy tale, but I see it as fairy tale and what it will be, because isn't that what artist and imagination does? Is it creates this element of you love something so much that you embrace it and you embody it. And that is all about mindset as well, which is so vital and so important for me to share and to contribute to the world. And sharing my message makes me a little bit dewy-eyed, but it's so important to have the mindset behind this type of lifestyle, as well as whatever lifestyle. You might be someone that's really loads of desire to live in the 50s era or the 30s era. And I think that that's grand, and I think that that's brilliant and wonderful. And so this is a channel all about dreaming and literally learning and understanding the aspect. So that's why I want to share that the mindset behind having an authentic life and desiring to live in the state of affairs that you want to, which means a fairy tale life. Like, I want to live in a fairy tale, like it's like a little dream life. Like, I'm creating a storybook and it's my story, and I'm the little girl or the woman that has lived that life in that storybook. And obviously, because I'm a writer and as an artist, that's what we do, is we create what we want to see through our imagination, and how we want to see a book, how we want to see this play out in our lives. And as seemingly unaware that most people are, that we are doing that every day of our lives. Now, we might not be consciously aware of it, but we're doing it. And so I want you to see that the actual example of me creating something in my storybooks that I did create, and I'm actually fulfilling that now, currently. And so, but I also want you to see the process of it, because how often do we see people that have become successful, or they've gotten a New York Times bestseller, or they've moved to the countryside in England, or they've done whatever, but we didn't see the process behind it. So we understand that there's going to be days that I might, snuff up, and I might be like, oh, I'm not having a bit of a grand day today, or a project went wrong, or whatever, you know what I mean? I thought, you know what? It's really a disadvantage that I'm not showing people how things are getting on, you know what I mean? Because isn't that what we want to see? I think that that's what I tend to watch that loads on YouTube myself. And I'm thinking, why don't I do it? Because if I like to watch that, I would surely think other people are like me and want to watch it as well, you know? You know what I mean? And so I thought, why not do it? And so that's what I'm going to do. So I hope that you enjoy this series and enjoy my channel. And I'm so tickled conch shell pink that you're here with me. And I look forward to seeing you every week. And as always, I'm most affably yours until my next swim. Cheers, darlings. Toodle pip.